Again, I do have to say my favorite thing about the Japan stream is actually that they block out where each game starts. So you can literally just go to like here and this game starts. You can go to here, this game starts. You know, here, this game starts. You can see some of these longer ones are because the game finishes and they don't put another game on. They just do commercials for a while. There's been a couple blocks of that. But overall, we've been having games almost back to back here. Not too much of a lull in between and plenty of games still. Can't read this, but it looks like a V-Star VMAX deck versus a V-Star deck. Because I can read those at least. Those are in English. And it looks like this may be a round 5 match. So it looks like this is that second pod we are seeing yet again. So I'll be interested to see. Looks like Lugia V-Star. He'll be playing some sort of VMAX according to this as well. So we have... Okay, so this is... Alright, yep. So Lugia with Radiant Serena versus... Oh boy, what is this? Oh, this is Rotom V-Star. Oh yeah, this is Rotom V-Star on the right. Okay, so Rotom V-Star has a very significant advantage in this matchup. Hopefully, the Lugia player is playing Dunsparce to be able to get around this. For fun facts, this was what I hit in round 1 of the Knoxville Regional Championships. If you have not seen my tournament report, go and watch that video. It is the channel trailer on my channel right now for both new and returning subscribers. And, okay, looks like Flying Pikachu, actually. I thought this was going to be Rotom. Maybe it's Rotom Flying Pikachu. You never know. Yes, Rotom V-Star Flying Pikachu VMAX. Interesting. But yeah, you can also see my Knoxville Regionals vlog. I go into a little less detail about some of the matchups in there, but you get to see what it is like participating in a Pokemon tournament. If you have not been to a regional like that before, I would definitely recommend watching that video. I have a lot of other older vlogs from the 2019 season in there as well, from like when I went to the World Championships and stuff. So lots of cool content to check out there. And we are getting a Miraidon EX down with this Ultra Ball. Miraidon EX does allow us to search our deck for 2 Lightning Pokemon and put them onto the bench, so we're going to choose to get 2 Rotom Vs. We started the Pikachu V, which does have free retreat, so we'll be able to retreat into any attacker we want at any point. This is a very strong turn 1 here. We are going to be using our Electric Gun thingy to look at the top 5 cards of our deck and choose up to 2 basic lightning energies and attach them. We actually get 2 of those off the top 5, so we are able to put them into play onto the Rotom V. I'm not sure if Raichu V rotates, but whether it does or not, I wish it worked more like Dark Pulse, because it has to discard the energies. If that was more like Dark Pulse, Darkrai, that would be 100% what I would be playing in this format with that Electric Gunny card thing. We don't have a name for that yet because, of course, it has not yet been printed in English. But we do also have a Tower of Darkness there. Tower of Darkness is played in these Rotom V-Star decks because you can discard single strike tools with it. You can discard any single strike card in order to draw 2. We also immediately get the Dunsparce down, so good on this Lugia player for playing that. Bad on me for not playing that. I still beat the Rotom V-Star deck, thank the Lord, when I played against that, even without the Dunsparce, but it did end up coming down to turn 3 of game 3 in time. So. Oh god, is this playing Blissey as well? Oh no. Lugia Blissey? That seems very interesting. You can load a bunch of energies onto a Blissey with Archeops in order to hit really big numbers. And you have 250 HP. You could always play Cape of Toughness, which I want to say is still standard legal. Maybe that is a D-block card. Have I seen that played yet in this tournament? I don't know. But anyways, guys, these are... Oh, this isn't round 5. These players are 5 and 2. So it looks like maybe this may be an win-and-in round that they're trying to show. I know that they have been showing players that have some losses on their records at different points in the tournament. I gotta remember what the Serena does as well. Radiant Sarina. Oh yeah, you can heal 20 from all your Pokemon once a turn. So that is a cool inclusion. Pretty good against that Inteleon VMAX deck that we saw earlier. We are also going to get the new Mesagoza Stadium. That is the main city from Scarlet and Violet's video games. It has a whole battle court and everything in there. It is pretty sweet. You can fight in a bunch of tournaments in-game that replace the Elite Four rebattles. I do kind of like it a little better than the Elite Four rebattles, honestly. In all honesty. You flip a coin. If heads, you can search for a basic Pokemon, I believe it is. Or maybe it's just a Pokemon. We are going to see a Lucky Energy get attached to the Lugia. If you get hit into, if you take damage from an attack, you get to draw a card. Remember, you draw that card before you draw for turn. If you get knocked out, you draw that card before you promote a new Pokemon. And looks like we're just passing. The opponent is now using the Mesagoza against him. Is going to search his deck for a Pokemon now. What are we going to get here? Also, looking like we're playing the Pokemon Go Professor's Research. I do really like the art on that. I think that's really cool. Still prefer the Professor Juniper art myself. Professor Juniper is my favorite professor, but that is a nice art. I don't think that there is a bad full art yet for Professor's Research. I do not prefer the Magnolia one, just because she's an old lady, and old ladies kind of creep me out sometimes. But that's just because I used to work in a pharmacy, and old ladies would hit on me all the time, so that's why I'm... I have a reason. I have my reasons, okay, guys? I'm not ageist. You ever have an old lady come up to you and go, "Ooh, that beard." Yeah, that's why. That's why I'm afraid of old ladies. So we are going to see that Luminion that we just searched with the Mesagoza come down onto the bench. We will use the Lumina sign to search our deck for any supporter, and we are going to get that Professor's Research. We are going to be researching for 7 new cards in our hand. Always got to make sure we offer the opponent to cut. We are going to cut a few cards to the bottom of the deck. We are also going to play the Galarian Articuno. I do believe that that allows you to discard a couple of cards. I think you could search for something, but Galarian, if I can spell it right, Galarian Articuno V. Yeah, discard 2 cards from your hand to draw a card once per turn. So you usually just use it to get that discard. You can discard like lightning energies if you were playing Flaffy in the deck, but you're probably just using it to discard the tool cards. This is actually what the Rotom V-Star deck that I was playing against was playing. I think that this deck does not need the Flying Pikachu. I think that that's just, I mean, maybe a 1/1 Flying Pikachu line is not bad to put in there because you can power it up somewhat easily with that little electric gun thing card. But this Rotom V-Star is 5-2, hitting a Lugia deck. You love to see it. So we are not going to be able to knock out with weakness. We are going to have to go for a full knockout. So we're going to have to make sure we calculate damage correctly. Again, watch my vlog, watch my tournament report to see why you have to calculate damage correctly. So we are going to discard 2 cards here with the Galarian Articuno to draw 1 card. That gets a 3rd tool card into the discard pile, all 3 of which are single strike tools. Also, once Scarlet and Violet becomes legal, tool cards will no longer be item cards. They will be their own designation, so just tools. So if you are item locked, you can still play your tool cards into play. So every tool card in the game is effectively errated simultaneously. So we are going to see the knockout here with the Rotom V. We are not evolved into the V-Star. The V-Star, I believe, does like an additional maybe 60 damage. I know it's like the basic one is either 40 plus or it's 20 plus. And then in addition, I think it's 40 plus 40 for each tool you lost zone. And then the V-Star is 80 plus 40 for each one you lost zone. The Rotom Vs also have an ability where you can just draw 3 end your turn. And that's really good on turn 1. I made sure to Marnie my opponent whenever they did that. Looks like this Lugia deck is not getting what they want here. Looks like they may have just flipped tails with the Capturing Aroma. We'll have to get a basic Pokemon. Might have wanted to get an evolution Pokemon with that. And that is why I do not like Capture Energy as a card. I want to consistently be able to do the same thing with each card in the deck. I don't want to have it be luck whether I get the option that I want or not. I think it would be better if it was something like look for an evolution Pokemon, but if you flip a coin and hit heads, you can choose to search for a basic instead. I think that that would be a better way to print the card. It would actually make it a lot better than Evolution Incense, so I see why they didn't do that, but I mean, at this point, just reprint Evolution Incense if you're going to make people play Capturing Aroma. That's kind of gross. We are going to see a judge is going to shuffle up and get 4 new cards in the hand for both players. So we are going to have to see if we are able to get the Lugia V-Star. Looks like we have a new art for Lugia V-Star even. This one, instead of doing the Mr. Beast hands, is doing the Lugia screech. Alright, I don't know how he screeches. My friends are always telling me I got to do the Lugia screech whenever I take knockouts with it, so. We are going to get double Archeops into play. We will now be able to use Archeops to charge up some special energies onto our Pokemon. 2 special energies to 1 Pokemon for each of those Archeops that are in play. So we're going to be looking through this deck here, choosing which we want. Looks like we are going to go for Regenerative and Gift Energy with the first. So we have V-Guard, Gift, Regenerative. And then with the second one, it looks like we may be going for Lucky instead here. So with this combination of energy cards, it's actually very interesting because now you are taking 30 less damage because of the V-Guard energy. You are drawing until you have 7 if you're knocked out with the Gift energy. And if you're hit at all, you draw an additional 1 with the Lucky energy. So if you're knocked out, you can draw until you have effectively 8 cards with the combination of the Lucky and Gift energies. We are going to take Radiant Serena off our prize cards. That could combo well with that V-Guard energy. Especially since there are no tool cards in the discard pile for the opponent right now. We're going to have to see if they are able to charge that up or not. We are going to use the new item, electric item card. Look at the top 5. There are 3 lightning energies in there, I think, but still only can attach 2. So we're going to put those on the Miraidon. Miraidon will be a pretty decent attacker. Can just hit for 220. Don't really have any way to boost that damage, though. So maybe if we have a boss's orders, we will be able to just take out the Lugia V on the bench. That would not be the worst case scenario. Looks like we do have the Forest Seal Stone we'll put down onto this Luminion here. We will now have a V-Star power to search our deck for any 1 card. We are going to attach to the Miraidon. And is that a research? Yeah, I think you want to go for the boss's orders this turn, though. Make sure that you continue going up in prize cards. That gives you an additional turn to potentially get some tool cards in the discard pile. Yep, looks like we're going to go for Serena. I agree with that. Since you have the option between boss's orders and Serena, since you're playing Serena to discard those item cards in the discard pile anyway, might as well just play it here now since you have the research in hand, and use that to bring up the Lugia V instead of the boss's orders. That way you can potentially boss up the Dunsparce at some point in the game as well. So has not played it yet, is considering what we want to do with the experience share. We are going to Serena up the Lugia V. Yeah, we could either keep the experience share in hand to discard it with the research next turn, or we could attach it to a Pokemon, and then we can move one of the energies that's attached to Miraidon to that Pokemon when Miraidon is knocked out. Yep, so that is knocked out. We do take an additional 2 prize cards. We're down to 2 remaining, so we'll have to see if we can get enough in the Lost Zone, maybe get the Rotom V-Star evolution here in order to be able to take a big one-shot on this Lugia. We will have to hit an additional 30 as well because of V-Guard energy. Looks like we are playing Professor's Research, discarding a hand of a few cards here. We are doing the Professor Sada Research, the Professor Mommy, as some people call them, because of course she is the mom of Arvin in the video game, and that is exactly why you call her Mommy. It is not for any other reason. Looks like we are playing Regigigas in this deck as well. It can hit VMAX Pokemon for 300, or just any other Pokemon for 150. We are going to Ultra Ball, discarding that Regi. It is not going to be too good in this matchup since your opponent has not put a single VMAX Pokemon into play, and you would still need Choice Belt anyway. And we are going to get the Snorlax, the Thumping Snorlax. It falls asleep and needs to flip 2 coins in order to wake back up. That is a very solid attacker, especially with the Choice Belt, would be able to knock out something along the lines of the... Oh, it is a Rotom V-Star. Okay, so that first Rotom that attacked was a V-Star, and this one's a V-Star as well. I noticed that the arts were the same, so I thought that they were both the regular Vs, but these are the V-Stars. It's hard for me to tell the two of them apart, in all honesty. But I can see where it says V-Star on it, right here. I see the V, and then this is the V-Star power, so... Silly me. My bad. We are going to take the knockout here with Lugia V-Star. We have the Choice Belt, so well, I guess the Choice Belt doesn't matter. We are just doing 220, which is what Miraidon has 4 HP, so that is an exact one-shot. We are going to use our new Electric Energy Accelerator item card. Look at the top 5 cards of our deck. See if we get any lightnings to attach here. Looks like this one is a big ol' Whifferoonie. Would have been nice to see maybe an Energy Recycler before this, if this deck even plays Energy Recycler, to guarantee that you are going to get those lightning energies into play, but maybe you're just playing this out of the hand to burn it. You're going to play the research anyway, so might as well play it. You already have all the energies you need on the V-Star in order to attack this turn, and I really think you need as many tools in the discard as possible. So it looks like we do have a single strike tool, maybe. Yeah, we have a single strike tool, a lightning energy, and the experience share. So we have 3 tools in the discard pile because we do have that Choice Belt in the discard as well. So that's 8. So we are doing 200. We need 2 more tools in the discard pile. We drew into multiple tool cards, but I don't see any way that we can... Oh boy, I don't see any way that we can discard them. I believe this card, I don't remember what it's called. Is it just Toolbox? Can search your deck for 2 tool cards and put them into your hand? Or no, maybe it's look at the top 7 and choose 2 tool cards to put in your hand. Yeah, but the thing that's killing him right now is he doesn't have an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball would allow him to discard 2 cards. And that would get those 2 tool cards that he needs in the discard pile in order to Lost Zone 5 and take the knockout. Oh no, he needs 3 in the Lost. He needs 3 in the discard pile because of the V-Guard energy and the Dunsparce. So we need 3 more in the discard pile. Looks like we are discarding 2 with the Articuno. That is correct. We are able to discard 2 with the Articuno. Forgot about the Articuno. We are going to double check to make sure there are no additional tool cards in the discard pile. Looks like we have 5. We are 1 short because of the V-Guard energy. Again, just like my matchup with the Rotom V-Star, being 1 short of a knockout. Does not have any other ways to discard tool cards in the hand. And we'll just be forced to lose the game here. So, the It's still best to just attack with it, try to get that damage off, and then see if you can finish off this Lugia on the next turn. You don't even have to Lost Zone tools the next time when you attack into it. So if they want to do as much damage as possible, they're going to want to attack with the Lugia. That will only be doing 250. They're going to be 10 short of a knockout on Rotom V-Star because it has 260 HP. Is it 250? I thought it was 260. I could have been wrong. Okay, it's 250. I thought it was 260. That's my bad. So Lugia is able to do an exact one-shot because of the Choice Belt. And that is the game. So yeah, we really needed that one additional tool card in there, and we would have won for the Rotom V-Star. So a little bit clunky of a deck having to get so many tool cards that are otherwise just dead cards in your discard pile in order to Lost Zone them. And you can't really reuse them since they're going into the Lost Zone. So interesting game to see that there. And that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Feed that YouTube algorithm so that more people can see the videos get showed up in their feed. Again, you feed the algorithm and the algorithm feeds others. We will see you guys next time.